Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit or Zappy here, back again with Kuroko in a Basket Season 2. We are on Episode 4, and in Episode 3, we started the journey of the Winter Cup. We are obviously in the prelims, which is a separate bracket, which is sort of like the earliest bracket that they could possibly, obviously, you could be a part of, and that is if you manage to make it to the finals of the Inter-High prelims, and that gives you qualification for the Winter Cup. If you didn't make it to that, you're not allowed in. Now, depending on where you obviously made it in the Inter-High, for example, if you made it to the quarterfinals of the actual Inter-High, like Kaijo did, then you are put into a regular bracket, and if you got into at least the finals of the Inter-High as a whole, then you're put into a special bracket. Whether that obviously consists of the semi-finalists like Yosen, I don't know. So whether we're going to be playing Yosen earlier on in this season or later on, I think depends on that. But we'll have to wait and see about that. But yeah, we had our first match. It was against Jose. Everyone was saying that Jose was obviously, like, on paper supposed to be better because I guess they're ranked 3rd in Tokyo while Seirin's ranked 6th. But yeah, I mean, Seirin came out and absolutely demolished them. You know what I mean? With the introduction of obviously Kiyoshi, and I think basically it was showcasing Kiyoshi and how much of a difference like he is to actually Seirin as a whole. He's absolutely just improved, not just like obviously like himself, but the whole, like, the team as a whole has risen in confidence and everything like that by having him under the hoop. So yeah, it's just really, really cool to see how Seirin has progressed with the addition of Kiyoshi and everything like that. And obviously the end of the episode, Kagami is breaking his way into that room of Generation of Miracles. He's going to get there. He's going to get there. I see this being a thing that's just going to continuously, like, crop up. Like, every time we see Kagami pull something off like he did at the end of last episode, it's like he's just going to be getting that much closer in there. So yeah, I like the imagery and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess we have to just move on to our next game. I did obviously talk about last episode about how I hope that in this season we see more of, like, other teams going up against each other, and we see a bit more of that. Like similar to obviously what Kisei and Aomine had, Kaijo and To. I would like to see more of that. Hopefully we do. I mean, with us being in the prelims, the only other team that would be in the prelims with us would be Shotoku, I believe. The only one that, like, really truly matters, I think. So if we get to see them, who knows? We'll just have to get into this episode and see. But yeah, that's all I've got. So if you do want to go watch the actual reaction to episode 4, link is in the description below. There's also the link to the full length. If you do want to watch the reaction in full and not just the 10-minute version, then that is there for you as well. But yeah, nothing else to talk about, so we're going to get in episode 4 and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, episode 4. Yeah, right. That totally makes sense. I'm kind of interested, actually, by the idea of it. Like, almost as if for Midorima, because he's accepted the fact of, like, these are true rivals. But also, like, he understands the idea that Kagami is such a horrible matchup for him that, you know what I mean? Like, Midorima's ability, Midorima has always been something that I've said before, like, how much more can he really do? You know what I mean? When you have, like, the other Generation of Miracles that, like, it's like they have another level to go to, like, like the likes of Aomine or Kisei being able to copy like another Generation of Miracles. Like, they have levels that they can go to. Kagami, even though he isn't at Generation of Miracles level yet, he has that, that room for improvement to obviously jump higher, jump longer, and get up above anybody and beat anybody in aerial combat. But, like, with Midorima, it's always been, you know what I mean, he's the guy that can shoot from anywhere. And in his very first match, he shot from anywhere. He said he can shoot from anywhere on the court, and we watched him do that. So with Midorima, it was always something that, like, I pointed out, where does his improvement actually come from? And it's interesting, like, the way that they're obviously playing with Midorima here, where it's like I don't have anything new that's going to shock you and catch you off guard. But I like the fact that Midorima literally just stood there and told him what his game plan was. And not just waiting for anybody else to figure it out. It's like, I know for a fact that, you know, like, you have a limit. All I need to do is just keep shooting. Because at the end of the day, as long as I outlast you, I've won. Because Midorima is not going to miss his shots. So all he needs to do is force Kagami to block his shots. Because anytime he goes up for a shot, it's going to be you're going to get point. Like he's going to shoot it. It's going to go in. So Kagami has no choice but to block. So it's just a case of who drops first. The thing is like, you know, we're talking about Midorima's shots, and you know the fact of generally it always has to be Kagami has to do his super jumps. And which is obviously why during the reaction I was like, I wonder how many his limit actually is now, you know, from the get-go. We're still in the first quarter, so they're going to be fucked after this match. I hope it's not a thing of like they have to play Kurosaki Daiichi the same day and they actually get a rest, because otherwise they're going to be fucked for the next game. And obviously, like I've already made my prediction that Shotoku's going to win. They're going to get their revenge. Because, like I said, it is perfect, like perfectly lined up for them to get their revenge match where they win against Serene, but also the fact of like they don't knock out Serene, so it doesn't affect the overall story of knocking out Serene. You know, so it benefits obviously the growth of Shotoku as a whole. You know, they don't seem weak. And Serene can go on, and it's like, you know, they've both got to win. You know, like I said, during the episode there was a moment where they were saying like, yeah, well, we've suffered defeat as well, and I said that is true, but it was against Toho. The difference with Shotoku is that they lost, and their inter-high journey was ended by Serene. So not only is it a defeat, it's also like it's revenge for Serene knocking them out. So it's like Shotoku is like, you know, like they want it more, I feel like, you know. And it's interesting, I like the fact that they're not doing Shotoku as the last match, because obviously it sets it up as more tension for the last match that Serene have to win. You know, if they go ahead and beat Shotoku now, then they're already through, and there's no, like, you know, they don't have to win against Kurosaki Daiichi. So obviously for story purposes it makes sense to actually have the one that they lose against Shotoku. So you've got the Shotoku that got their revenge. Serene are still in it though. Going into the last match of the Championship League, they have to get the win in order to get through. So, you know, there is that. So yeah, I mean, the obviously the other thing as well is that Kurosaki Daiichi have to obviously get their win against Senshinkan as well, which I feel like is going to be the case. They've already set up this whole second level Generation of Miracles thing that was actually a 1 year higher, that they go by the Uncrowned Kings. So yeah, Kiyoshi's a part of that. We got introduced to this Hanamiya guy who, yeah, I said during the reaction, I'm not going to like this guy. Like, he gives off the same vibes as that Haikyuu team that I didn't like, because the way that they played was so, like, yeah, you know, they said it was dishonest. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like Seiho for that. I can already guess that these guys are going to be even worse in regards to that. So yeah, I'm like, it's actually a match I'm not looking forward to, because it's just gonna, I can just see it pissing me off. I'll look forward to Serene actually beating them though. I'll look forward to that, because let's be honest, right? Like, they've set it up in a way, and I've said this countless times before with sports anime. It's like, they have obviously, like, sports anime have actually, like, flipped the script sometimes on me with what I actually expected to happen later on. But in terms of, like, the way that this is obviously set up, Shotoku is their second game out of the 3. already has, Serene already has one win against Senshinkan, which means they only need one more win. They're not going to get it against Shotoku because, like I said, Shotoku get the revenge match and win it without knocking out Serene. So it obviously goes into the last match. The tension is there. Oh my god, will they beat them? It's like they have to actually, you know what I mean? They have to win this, otherwise they're out. And they're not going to go out to Kurosaki Daiichi. It's just not going to happen. So, you know, they've set up the whole thing of, like, you know, the Yosen match and everything like that. They're not going out to that. But, so, you know, I'm looking forward to them beating Kurosaki Daiichi and seeing the look on the guy's face, because I don't like him already. I've judged him. That's just the way it is. But there are 3 unnamed people that are also obviously in that uncrowned lot that we haven't seen yet, and I'm sure that they will crop up from time to time in these last 2 seasons. And yeah, we'll see them when they come around. The weird thing is that Hanamiya pointed out something for Kiyoshi about injuries. So does that mean that Kiyoshi has come back too early, and that there's, like, he's not 100%, and, like, something that which I'm not liking the sound of, because this means that Hanamiya is going to target him. You know, he's going to target, like, whatever it is that is still niggling at Kiyoshi and try and injure him. I don't like this guy, man. I don't fucking like him. You know what I mean? Stay away from Kiyoshi, man. Stay away from my boy. So yeah, endurance. Can't wait to see what happens in this match. I feel like it is just going to be a thing where Kigami's just going to run out of steam first, you know. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens else in the match, considering obviously Kiyoshi is there. You know, you've got the likes of Kuroko and Takuho, and whether or not Takuho has found something to not be outdone by Kuroko, and if this is the first match that Kuroko actually uses his drive or not, you know. It seems like it's something that's obviously going to wait until it's absolutely, like, necessary. So maybe it won't be something that crops up in this match, but maybe the Kurosaki Daiichi match. And, you know, we'll just have to obviously wait and see on that, if that does actually happen. I mean, remember, Kuroko's, it's still not... It's convincing, but it's not perfect, which means that, you know what I mean, like, it has to be something that he can pull off maybe, like, twice during a match, at most, maybe. But I feel like it's definitely going to have to come at, like, an opportune time, something where the tides sort of turn. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited anyway, regardless. Other than that, that's pretty much all I've got. There's nothing much really more to say on that. Very short discussion, but yeah, I mean, that's all we really need to talk about. It was very much just basic stuff in regards to everything happened. There's nothing to theorize, so yeah, anyway, that's all I've got. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I've linked to certain things. One of them is the Discord, so you can get yourself over there if you wish. And if you want to gain access to episode 5 and 6 of season 2 right now, you can do by becoming an early access tier over on my Patreon. Yeah, that'll give you obviously access to my reactions a week early. There's also the full length tier if you want to watch any of my reactions in full and not just the 10-minute version, and that's there for you as well. And there's the exclusive tier that gives you reactions to movies and things when I start reacting to those, and they'll be coming up soon, so keep an eye out for that. There's also going to be a new show that I'm going to be reacting to, and it's a big one, so I think everyone will be excited. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's coming very, very soon. But yep, that's all I've got. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.